Hi, I'm Rufus Norris and I'm Director of the National Theatre. The Director of the National Theatre is effectively the Chief Executive and the person who is responsible for the programme and the artistic output of the organisation. When I'm not in rehearsal, it might start at 8 or 8:30. I'll meet with directors or writers. I'll try and poke my head into a rehearsal room. We've usually got 3 or 4 on the go all the time. Another thing that takes up quite a lot of time is the development work. A huge amount of our work is resourced in part or largely by corporate donors or individual donors. Quite often there'll be work that's developed at the new work department, and towards the end of the day I might meet a director after rehearsal, or there might be an event, or we may have a preview or even a press night. They come around alarmingly quickly. It's never straightforward and it's never boring. I would say every day, 3 or 4 times a day, something unexpected will come up. I've taken quite an unorthodox route to becoming director of the theatre. I thought I would like to train as an actor. Eventually, after 4 years, I got into drama school. During that 4 years, I did an apprenticeship as a painter and decorator. And what followed from there was a very short and inglorious career as an actor. I was an actor probably for 4 years, and actually at the same time formed a self-help housing co-op. So all the building work also continued. And then I was asked to join a theatre company, partly because I'd been around and we'd had some good conversations, but principally because I knew how to put up stud walls and lay down floors. Shortly afterwards, I read a play written by a friend of mine, and I took it to the theatre and said to him, I've got this play and we need to find a director. And he said, you direct it. And it was like a bolt out of the blue, really. I just hadn't considered it. And on the first day of rehearsal, I realised that that was it. And I'd found, finally, what it was that I wanted to do. And I applied to the Royal Court to see if I could become an assistant director there. And in fact, that time was sort of the foundation, really. I ended up being there for more or less for 3 years. From then, I just became a freelance theatre director. The first show I did at the National Theatre was a play called Market Boy, and that introduced me to Nick Heitner. And gradually, I became a director that Nick called on more often. And then after we opened London Road, which was, again, a real high point in my working life, Nick invited me to be an associate director. So I continued as an associate here. I also continued to work in other theatres around London and also started a film career. And in fact was probably moving more into the direction of film when Nick announced that he was going to leave the National Theatre, and that started the long process which has led to which led to my appointment about just over 2 years ago. What's really clear from a job like this is that it's going to take all the energy that you've got and it's going to test you in all sorts of ways. The lovely thing about being a director is the realisation as time goes on, the degree to which you're just a conduit for other people's brilliance. That, for me, that's the nature of the job. Almost everybody, I think, would much rather contribute and feel that their presence is worthwhile. That's what I think self-empowerment, self-expression, creativity, it's what I think the arts are about.